Yes, I'm enjoying crushing these 100-mile bike rides, but it gets to a point where it's too much. Oh my God, everybody. Oh my God. I mean, it's been another solid training week. Today is Sunday. Yesterday was a really good day, but it's just becoming really mentally hard at this point. I'm keep getting these solid training weeks in, but without the running, without the good feeling of running. Like, I want that feeling back again. Like, it's becoming so mentally hard. Yes, I'm having these really good training weeks, but it's not what I want at all. My training's not going the way I want, and I'm not starting off the new year of 2022 the right way like I did in 2021. It's just been an up and down year so far up in January, and I hope February and the rest of the year can go better, but it's just so hard. Like, I can't take it anymore. I want to be back. I'm starting to have impatience in my training. Like, I'm digging my foot into the ground, rolling it out, trying to do anything I can, and I'm starting to hop back on the treadmill to see if I can even put pressure on my foot. I want to do as much as I can to try to get back to running, but it is not working. I'm becoming really impatient with it, and I'm just going to find myself really much in trouble. And not to mention what I'm doing on the bike, because I feel like it's been 6 weeks since my marathon. I had a whole nother goal in my head at this week time frame. Post-marathon, like the 6th week, I was supposed to be really somewhat in a training block right now, rather than so inconsistent with my running, just on the bike all the time and whatnot. Like, it's just causing so much mental distress right now and all the other training, and I'm really disguising it. Yes, I'm enjoying crushing these 100-mile bike rides, but it gets to a point where it's too much, and I need to start running again, because at that point, I would have that motivation and go for a run again. I would get that urge to be like, oh, you're finally running again. You don't need to do as much, because as athletes, when we're injured as a runner, we feel like we have to do so much other activity to try to keep up our fitness. And that is really not the case. But I still feel like that because I'm not running. And I don't want to lose all my fitness, especially since what I did 6 weeks prior to this. Like, and it's just going to keep on building and building and building up. And at this point, I'm going to become way too impatient and actually literally destroy my chances of coming back sooner than I actually want. And maybe I have to take a half year, if not more off. And I hate it, but it's just the way it has to be. But try and get started to that recovery motion, because it is a Sunday, and Sundays are for a lot of resting up and recovery to start the next week of training. Sadly, not running, but at least, again, I'm able to get on the bike. At least I'm like crushing miles on the bike. Like, I reached 424 miles on the bike, 20 hours. I think it may be a little too much, but you know, without running, I feel like I'm doing nothing. I feel so unproductive. I don't feel like myself. Like, literally, I have not felt like myself since the marathon. Actually, like, since the week of the marathon. So I did not feel like myself in November after my 20-mile long run, which was kind of like the last day of October. And then I kind of got injured a week later, which entered into November. Haven't really been feeling the same since then, actually. But then I got back to normal a week prior to the marathon. Felt really good and felt like myself. But then after the marathon, I felt like dog crap. I really did, and haven't been feeling the same. And it's overall has just not been the same. But you know, it's called life. It is called life. Just gotta do what you gotta do. use this too much, but I think it might be time to start using a tennis ball to really start digging out the muscles in my foot, because who knows, I could really have terrible plantar fasciitis right now, causing that extreme heel pain, but who knows? Who really knows? I did it a few times and actually feel like I made it worse. Just whatever. Never get the massage gun. Never. Outside, if you know what I mean. I live down in the south, so 40 degrees ain't doing it for me. Oh, everybody, I definitely gotta say, it is one beautiful day outside. A little chilly though, a little chilly, but that's all right. But I definitely cannot wait till it is done with this cold weather. I'm about sick of it. But about my little injury that I'm dealing with, I think it's a good thing. I mean, yes, I'm getting a little mentally stressed out and kind of like mentally burnt out from how I'm dealing with my injury. Like, it is not good for my mental health right now, and my overall causing me a lot of stress, but it does have some really good benefits. It's allowing me to reflect on my marathon training block, of like truly reflect. Like, if I jumped into another training block the way I did my marathon, I don't think I would have been able to reflect, and I think I would end up getting mentally burnt out or another form of being stressed out in a way. It would just not be good for my mental health. And this has also given me time to reflect on my other training mechanisms of what I can do better, what I shouldn't do, and other varieties of like that. Like, it's also allowing me to work on certain things, getting some more foam on and work different muscles in different form of cardio measures to try to keep up my fitness as much as possible. I know I'm not going to be able to keep up my running fitness. I mean, it's been 6 weeks since I really went for a nice solid run where I actually felt good and I kind of enjoyed the run. Not really enjoying any runs I do because it's too painful to set my foot on the ground. Like, if I go for a run, test out my foot, it's like, it's not enjoyable. What am I doing it for at that point? Like, seriously, am I just doing it to test out my foot, or am I actually running it because it's on my training plan? So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. But it's allowing me to work on different muscle groups. Like, I'm going biking instead. I might be biking a little too much, but hey, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm like having so much fun. It's really good for my mental health and gets a lot of thoughts out, and it makes my mental side so much more tough because I'm on an indoor trainer. It's not like I'm outside exploring. I'm literally on an indoor trainer just in one position, but it is allowing me to work different muscle groups, make my quads a lot stronger. Maybe I truly need it some time off from running. I mean, I've been training pretty intensely for the last 2 years, and maybe it's just a time to reset the body, reset the mind, and just allow the tendons, the ligaments, the joints, and all the impact and stress you get from the sport of running, and just getting that mental break. It might be definitely hard for me to deal with that, but you know, it's fine. And it might be a little hard for me to deal with not being able to wake up and warm up for a run, get on the running shoes. But hey, I'm saying a little bit running for not buying running shoes, first of all, but it's allowing me to just seek other beauty, seek other things that I can do with my body, because when I'm running in a training block, I'm so much more tired to do other things. Like, when I go to the gym, I can do the Stairmasters, I can do the incline treadmill if my foot didn't hurt, but it's things like that. I can build more strength in the gym. Like, with running works other strength. Like, you're spending a lot more time on your single leg, which is really, really good, but you have to do strength work for working on that single leg compared to biking. Like, I'm able to do a lot of two-legged things and work on that type of strength, and overall just build so much more strength in my legs without running, because running is so high demanding on the body that you need time to recover, and your gym sessions and gym strength really may not be as good as you want them to. So going to the gym after a bike ride, I feel like I'm still pushing like the same weights if I went for a run, but big gear cycling builds so much more strength than you think. Definitely way more than running. Yes, running feels like you build a lot more strength because you're building such aerobic capacity. I feel like you're building more heart strength, but your blood, I don't know what it's called, but you're building a lot of blood vessel stuff, and it's making you able to run faster, run longer, and it's just that consistency over time. I saw a post on Instagram yesterday, and it's like, when did you see your fitness was actually going to start hitting? And it takes about 6 weeks for you to really start noticing your fitness levels. In 12 weeks, you will see even way more benefits, and that's about where my standards were. It's about, I would say, 6 to 7 weeks in, I was starting to notice a big change, and I made a big jump into my training block. Rather than after I took my down week on week 10, going into week 11 or 12, I'm like, wow, this is like a big game changer. Training consistent is like the greatest of any type of training. You want to always train consistent because that is how you got better. And I was able to train overall very consistent for the last 2 years, and with a few injuries here and there like this, if I get taken out for a while from this, it will suck, but it's just that journey of rebuilding back up of your fitness, whether it takes a year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years. But it's that journey and that process that you go through with the sport of running. You have your ups, you have your downs. You may have more ups than you have more downs, or vice versa. You may have more downs than you have ups, but it's just going through that journey, going through that process. Hey, I'm still young, so I can go. I mean, it took me, I've been running since I've technically been running since I was 14, so I might be 18 and I might not be able to have as much fitness as when I was 16, but it's just having that build-up, that consistent build-up. When I get back to running, I'm going to try to play it smarter, but who really knows? Who really knows how that's going to be because of how impatient I am right now? I got to tell myself every day, stop being impatient. Your time will come. Everything happens for a reason. You got to just trust the process. Like, this is happening for a reason. You're able to build other strength. You're able to do other things that you're not able to do during training block. And you're overall, it's nice to get a different change. Like, change is necessary. If you do the same thing day in, day out, life would get boring and it's just not fun anymore. And so when you do that for a good bit of time, you might get burnt out. So in my 20s, I could have been training so consistently, but I could have been doing the same thing every day, day in, day out. And at that point, it just become too bad to where I rather this happen. So when I get back to running, I actually enjoy it way more. And maybe that's why this is happening, because so I can get back to running to enjoy it so much more and be in the present with it rather than in past and kind of wanting to be over. So it's just enjoying that process. It's definitely mentally hard, but it's happening for a reason. It's just there. It really is. And I'm sad that I can't run and wake up and just enjoy that pain of running. Like, it's not biking. Like, biking is not running. Like, it's just two completely different things. You're working different muscle groups in a way. Like, running, I feel like it's just so different. It just gives me my nice mental relax and downtime that I really need. Just move my 2 feet in front of each other for miles and miles, and it's just that accomplishment feeling. Yes, I do get it with biking, but it's not running. But I do have to be really, really thankful for that I'm able to bike. What if I didn't have heel pain, but I had IT band, and it was the same scenario where I can't run, but with IT band, it might be too painful to bike or to do strength work. At least I'm able to do some type of activity, and I'm never really going to take that for granted that I am, because that's when bad things happen. It does. It really does. So now let's get you the question of the comment of the day to finish off this video. So the question of the day is going to be a little bit for me and personally. So if you ever had any foot pain, any heel pain, what did you do to help it out? Like, I know I had these foot pains. I know I had these heel pains before, but this is the longest it ever lasted. So I'm just quite confused of what to do. And overall, I don't really know. It's like giving me paranoia here. So question of the day, what do you do for foot remedies or helps your foot pain, or especially in the heel? Like, what do you do? And the comment of the day goes to Global Freedom Now. He says, yay, podcast. Can't wait to listen to it all. But I must admit that shifting the horizontal reflection back and forth is a bit distracting. Kudos to you guys for creating a valuable podcast though. As always, golden information. Keep it going. Thank you so much for that. And everybody who enjoyed the podcast, thank you so much for watching. And comment down below and tell us, do you like the horizontal reflections? And what can make the podcast better, and any other topics y'all want us to talk about. We really do enjoy filming, especially the podcast, because as runners, we have a lot of mental stress going on, and it feels good to just get it out to somebody. And that's what basically we do. We just basically talk to each other like it's our normal lives. And to be honest with you, this is what we do in our normal lives. We talk like this. So make sure to comment down below any topics you would want to see. But I will see you on the next one. Stay humble, work hard.